Emily Jane Brontë poems.
I am the only being whose doom no tongue would ask, no eye would mourn. I never caused a thought of gloom, a smile of joy since I was born. In secret pleasure, secret tears. This changeful life has slipped away, as friendless after 18 years, as lone as on my natal day. There have been times I cannot hide. There have been times when this was drear, when my sad soul forgot its pride, and longed for one to love me here. But those were in the early glow of feelings since subdued by care. And they have died so long ago, I hardly now believe they were. First melted off the hope of youth, then fancy's rainbow fast withdrew, and then experience told me truth. In mortal bosoms never grew. 'Twas grief enough to think mankind all hollow, servile, insincere, but worse to trust to my own mind and find the same corruption there. I see around me tombstones grey, stretching their shadows far away. Beneath the turf my footsteps tread, lie low and lone the silent dead. Beneath the turf, beneath the mould, forever dark, forever cold. And my eyes cannot hold the tears that memory hoards from vanished years. For time and death and mortal pain give wounds that will not heal again. Let me remember half the woe I've seen and heard and felt below, and heaven itself, so pure and blessed, could never give my spirit rest. Sweet land of light, thy children fare no naught akin to our despair. Nor have they felt, nor can they tell what tenants haunt each mortal cell, what gloomy guests we hold within, torments and madness, tears and sin. Well, may they live in ecstasy their long eternity of joy. At least we would not bring them down with us to weep, with us to groan. No, earth would wish no other sphere to taste her cup of suffering's drear. She turns from heaven with a careless eye, and only mourns that we must die. Ah, Mother, what shall comfort thee in all this boundless misery? To cheer our eager eyes awhile, we see thee smile, how fondly smile. But who reads not, through that tender glow, thy deep, unutterable woe? Indeed, no dazzling land above can cheat thee of thy children's love. We all, in life's departing shine, our last dear longings blend with thine, and struggle still and strive to trace with clouded gaze thy darling face. We would not leave our native home for any world beyond the tomb. No, rather on thy kindly breast let us be laid in lasting rest, or waken but to share with thee a mutual immortality.
The winter wind is loud and wild. Come close to me, my darling child. Forsake thy books and mateless play, and while the night is gathering grey, we'll talk its pensive hours away. E'en round our sheltered hall, November's gusts unheeded call. Not one faint breath can enter here enough to wave my daughter's hair, and I am glad to watch the blaze glance from her eyes with mimic rays, to feel her cheek so softly pressed, in happy quiet on my breast. But yet even this tranquility brings bitter, restless thoughts to me, and in the red fire's cheerful glow I think of deep glens blocked with snow. I dream of moor and misty hill where evening closes dark and chill, for lone among the mountains cold lie those that I have loved of old. And my heart aches in hopeless pain, exhausted with repinings vain, that I shall greet them ne'er again.
Father, in early infancy, when you were far beyond the sea, such thoughts were tyrants over me. I often sat for hours together, through the long nights of angry weather, raised on my pillow to descry the dim moon struggling in the sky, or with strained ear to catch the shock of rock with wave and wave with rock. So would I fearful vigil keep, and all for listening never sleep. But this world's life has much to dread, not so my Father with the dead. Oh, not for them should we despair, the grave is drear, but they are not there. Their dust is mingled with the sod, their happy souls are gone to God. You told me this, and yet you sigh and murmur that your friends must die. Ah, my dear Father, tell me why? For if your former words were true, how useless would such sorrow be? As wise to mourn the seed which grew unnoticed on its parent tree, because it fell in fertile earth, and sprang up to a glorious birth, struck deep its root, and lifted high its green boughs in the breezy sky. But I'll not fear, I will not weep, for those whose bodies rest in sleep. I know there is a blessed shore, opening its ports for me and mine, and gazing time's wide waters o'er, I weary for that land divine, where we were born, where you and I shall meet our dearest when we die, from suffering and corruption free, restored into the deity.
Well hast thou spoken, sweet trustful child, and wiser than thy sire, and worldly tempests raging wild shall strengthen thy desire. Thy fervent hope through storm and foam, through wind and ocean's roar, to reach at last the eternal home, the steadfast, changeless shore.
No coward soul is mine, no trembler in the world's storm-troubled sphere. I see heaven's glories shine, and faith shines equal arming me from fear. O God within my breast, almighty ever-present deity, life that in me has rest, as I undying life have power in thee. Vain are the thousand creeds that move men's hearts, unutterably vain, worthless as withered weeds, or idlest froth amid the boundless main. To waken doubt in one, holding so fast by thy infinity, so surely anchored on the steadfast rock of immortality. With wide embracing love thy spirit animates eternal years, pervades and broods above, changes, sustains, dissolves, creates and rears. Though earth and moon were gone, and suns and universes ceased to be, and thou wert left alone, every existence would exist in thee. There is not room for death, nor atom that his might could render void, since thou art being and breath, and what thou art may never be destroyed.